Hi children, welcome back to the lesson Fiber to Fabric. In the last video, I explained you about the animal fiber wool, and in this video, I am going to explain you about the animal fiber silk. What produces silk? What's your answer? Yes, of course, silkworm. Silkworm produces silk. And who discovered silk? What are the uses of silk? And what are the processes involved in the production of silk? All those things I am going to explain it to you. Before we go into the discussion, first I want to know what are the uses of silk. What are the uses of silk? Yes, you are right. Silk saree. So it is used to make different kinds of clothings like saree, dress materials, all those things. Yes, silk is used to produce saree. It is used to make saree, silk dress, not only dresses, even carpets and upholsteries. All those things are produced or made by this silk. So who discovered silk? Mainly Chinese people play a very important role in the production of silk. Once there was a Chinese princess, she was having her coffee under the tree, and she used to observe what happens in the garden. The tree is in her garden and she is having a cup of coffee there, and she used to watch about this silkworms, what do they do, all those things. So they used to eat the mulberry leaves, lots and lot. And after a few days she watched one of the ball-like material fell inside the cup of the coffee. So what she did, she took it immediately outside the coffee. So she observed that some fiber-like material was there around this cocoon. That material is called cocoon. It fell inside the coffee. No, she took it outside and observed that there was a fiber. So after that only they started to do research on it, and they made silk from that cocoon. So this is how the silk was discovered, and we get silk from the silk moth. And sericulture, have you heard of this term sericulture? Yes, rearing of silkworms for silk is nothing but your sericulture. Rearing of silkworms. We have to grow more and more silkworms in a farm to get silk. No, that process is known as sericulture. Already you would have heard about the term apiculture. Apiculture means growing of honeybees to get honey. Okay, and fishiculture. Fishiculture is nothing but growing of fishes for food and other purposes. That is known as pisciculture. Likewise, here it is as sericulture, growing of silkworms to get silk is nothing but your sericulture. So I think you are clear about this production of silk and sericulture. For more and more details about discovery of silk, you can go through your Extramarks learning app. There you can see more and more videos on it, and so you will get better understanding about the production of silk and also the discovery of silk. And next, coming to the life cycle of silk moth. So the female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time. So female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time, and it takes 14 days to hatch. So once when it hatches, this larvae, it comes out and it is known as caterpillar or silkworm. So once if it hatches into larvae, it eats lots of mulberry leaves. It feeds on mulberry leaves, and it is feeding on mulberry leaves for 25 to 30 days. So the female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs, and after 14 days it hatches out and the larvae come out, and this larvae is nothing but caterpillars or silkworm, and the silkworm that eats the mulberry leaves continuously for 25 to 30 days. It keeps on eating it. After 25 to 30 days it stops eating, and it comes to the next stage called pupa. Pupa means it starts to spin fiber-like material around it, so that it can create a cover-like structure. Inside it, this pupa will be there. So it creates a protective cover around its body. So it moves its head. It will spin its head in a sideways, so that when it is spinning its head, it will produce that fiber. So that fiber is made of protein. So that when it is spinning continuously, the fiber is formed around its body, and that is the protective layer. It is called cocoon. Okay, once the cocoon is formed, the adult moth starts to come out of it. So again the cycle starts there. That female silk moth starts to lay eggs, hundreds of eggs. There it takes 14 days to hatch. So that larvae will come out. It is known as caterpillar or silkworm. The caterpillar starts to feed on mulberry leaves for 25 to 35 days. Again it starts to spin its head in sideways, so that when it is spinning, again this fiber forms there and it is made of protein. It starts to cover its body with a protective case, whereas the fibers are there. And when it is completely secreted the protein, it starts to come out. That is known as again female adult moth. Okay, this is how the life cycle of silkworm it goes on. So this is about the life cycle of silkworm. Now coming to the concept processing of silk. I think up to this you all have understood, and I'm going to explain you about the processing of silk. So you just recall it once by seeing the board here. What are the things I have taught now? Just a minute. So I think you have gone through the things what I wrote on the board here. And the next heading is processing of silk. Already in the animal fiber wool, few steps were involved in the processing of wool. Can you recall what are they? The first one is shearing, then scoring, sorting, picking. Fifth one is dyeing, and the last one is rolling. Like that, here also 3 steps are involved in the processing of silk. So first step is reeling, second is spinning, and the third one is weaving. So what is reeling? So once the cocoon is ready, they will take the cocoon out and they will put it in the boiled water, so that the adult silk moth inside the cocoon will die and they will take out all the fibers from the cocoon. So taking out fiber from the cocoon is nothing but your reeling. Taking out silk fibers from the cocoon is nothing but reeling. So once they took all the fibers from the cocoon, the next step is spinning. So you know what is spinning? So to make yarn from the fiber. So fiber means nothing but what to say, only one thin strand. Here more than 2 or 3 fibers will be spinned, so that you will get yarn out of it. Making yarn from the fiber is nothing but spinning. So that is the second process. Once the silk thread is ready, they will take the thread into the process called weaving. There they will use more than one set of silk yarn to make the silk clothes. Already have learnt about weaving process in your 6th grade, right? What is weaving? In weaving process, 2 sets of yarns will be kept along lengthwise and across, so that it will be undergoing the process of weaving and you will get the silk cloth at last. So that is nothing but making cloth from the yarn. Okay, I think you have understood about the processing of silk. What are the processes involved in the process of silk? Reeling, spinning and weaving. Reeling is nothing but taking out fibers from the cocoon, and the spinning is nothing but making silk yarn from the silk fiber, and the last step is weaving, making silk cloth from the silk yarn. Okay, just recall the steps alone in this processing of silk by seeing the board. Okay, I think you have got a good understanding about this production of silk, discovery of silk, and the process involved in this silk, all those things. For more and more details, you can download this Extra Marks Learning app. There you can see lots and lots of good videos are given to you. Just go through it and get a better understanding. If you have doubts, you can ask your questions through the Never Skip app also. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.